Justice Department wanted it to stay secret, but now a judge says he's inclined to release parts of the FBI's affidavit justifying the search of the former president's home. Today, the same judge who authorized the search ordered the DOJ to decide what it wants redacted from the highly sensitive document. He's giving the Justice Department 1 week. The affidavit spells out exactly what the FBI agents were looking for at Mar-A-Lago and why they needed to take such drastic and unprecedented action. Federal prosecutors say the release of the document would jeopardize their ongoing investigation. But news organizations, including NBC News, are asking the judge to unseal it. Today in court, a lawyer for the media argued the search was one of the most significant law enforcement events in the nation's history, and that there's tremendous public interest in the release of the FBI's affidavit. Federal prosecutors pushed back. They warned the judge that the document's release would compromise future steps in the investigation and put witnesses in danger. A DOJ lawyer told the judge this is a volatile situation with respect to this particular search across the political spectrum, but certainly on one side in particular. There's a real concern, not just for the safety of these witnesses, but to chill other witnesses who may come forward and cooperate. Ultimately, the judge ruled that it was very important for the public to have as much information as possible about the historic search. NBC's Mark Caputo was in the courtroom today in West Palm Beach, Florida, a short distance away from Mar-A-Lago. He's now in Miami. Mark, give us a better sense of the arguments that were made today.
Well, you pretty well summed it up. What was really remarkable to me is that if you didn't know this was a former president, you would have thought you were sitting in court listening to the government talk about a mob boss. When you hear these discussions of obstruction of justice, tampering with witnesses, or concerns about it, worries that law enforcement are going to be doxxed and that they're going to be put at risk. It's remarkable stuff. It's accurately said by both sides in the courtroom that this is an unprecedented, unique situation, and this is a real moment in history.
So the DOJ now has 1 week to provide these redactions. What happens after that?
The judge can decide, Judge Reinhart will decide whether he thinks they did a good job. This is the same judge that approved the search warrant after reading the affidavit, so he knows what's in there. He's also a former federal prosecutor himself, so he understands the importance of law enforcement techniques and the like. As a result, he's going to take the time, read over it, and decide, okay, this should be in, or this shouldn't be in, this should be out, this shouldn't be out. If he thinks the DOJ did a good job, he'll release it. If he thinks that they should do more, he'll say that. Or if he thinks he should do it on his own, he said he'll do that as well.
So NBC is now reporting that there are discussions in Trump world about potentially releasing that surveillance footage of the FBI search. So what purpose would that serve Donald Trump to put that video out there for everyone to see?
I don't know. The reality is a lot of people say a lot of things in Trump world. Until it actually gets done, I'm a little skeptical about exactly who says what in Trump world. In fact, Trump himself frequently changes his mind from one moment to another. The degree to which these things can help the former president, I'm not quite sure. After all, the former president said he wants the affidavit completely released. But the reality is there's a lot of stuff in there, grand jury testimony, according to the prosecutors, that probably aren't going to reflect well on the former president. In fact, one of the reasons the search warrant got approved is that the judge essentially ruled there's probable cause that the former president or people in his orbit had obstructed justice and broken or violated other laws related to records management and maintenance. So it's really serious stuff. As for what the surveillance tapes will show or what the affidavit really says, well, that's the difficulty of covering all of this and Trump world in general. You never quite know until it's actually in black and white on a piece of paper.